Hey, welcome back to another video. So this is going to be what I'm going to call Final Fantasy Post-Mortem. Um, I opened my last collector box today. I know I've said that two other times. This is now the third time I've said I've opened my last collector box, but the reason why I bought another box was I had kind of gotten two final boxes and they were both just absolute trash. I did get the Tidus Surge foil and a Lightning Surge foil, but of all the doubles to get, I wasn't super stoked to really have doubles on those. And they're also not really that high value. They're of the surge foils. They're actually much lower value than some of the other things that I could have hit, like a Tifa, or if I had hit another Unisurge foil or an Ishitola Surge foil or one of the Clouds or Sephiroths or something like that. So while it was really cool to get both of these in the same pack, not a ton of value, didn't make up for the box price, and also I'm going to talk about this in a second, but definitely cards that I'd be willing to offload. So, in other news, just before I get too far into this topic, I got this in the mail today. This was supposed to be my last card that I needed for the extended art set. I checked the auction again, and it was an extended art in the auction, but the seller sent me the standard mainframe Sephiroth. So I'm still this one card short of completing the collection, which is driving me nuts. But I'll get it sorted out, and we'll get that last extended art in there, and the binders will officially be done, at least in their current state. Showed off the extended FIC on one of the last videos, and still haven't really decided what to do with, if it's just going to stay in that small little binder, or maybe I'll get the I think there's a jumbo cactuar binder that is similar size, so maybe I'll pop it in one of those just for the time being. Anyway, so let's talk about Final Fantasy Post-Mortem. So I went ham, opened up so many collector boxes. I have just an insane amount of cards. I could probably start a Final Fantasy card store with the amount of bulk that I have. And just so you know, I've done this with a lot of sets. I went crazy with Double Masters, Phyrexia All Will Be One. What are some other ones? I actually didn't go that crazy with Lord of the Rings. I think I only bought like 4 or 5 collector boxes. Kamigawa, I went pretty crazy with. So I just have a tremendous amount of both bulk, like what normal people call bulk, and then what I call bulk, which in some cases is like pretty valuable rare cards. In some instances, I wouldn't call this bulk. These are like rares that I've set aside, but I have a ton of, like, I have boxes and boxes of rares that I've set aside that are just like $10-15. So I have been thinking about it, and I would like to potentially start selling off some of that collection. I'm not sure if I'm going to do like buy list for Card Kingdom. People have reached out to me on the channel about trades, about purchases. There's somebody who's really interested in the Ishitola Japanese Surge. If I haven't gotten back to you, well, I know I haven't gotten back to you. I promise I will get back to you on this. And I have another gentleman who's trying to trade some of the foil. I think he's looking for like stuff like this, like Celeste foil, for a Cloud X Soldier Surge foil. So still trying to work through that trade as well. But I guess like what I'm trying to get at here is there's a ton of extras now. The sets are done. Some of the stuff I would like to have for decks, but I'm also not like a flashy. I don't need to have the flashiest version of the deck. Sometimes I prefer. Sometimes it's kind of like off-putting for a card to pop out of a deck and look like this versus just getting like the regular mainframe or a foil version of the mainframe. So yeah. So I'm gonna start selling some of these off. I'm gonna start trying to recoup some of the expense on the set. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do. I'm a veteran eBay seller. I have over 1,000 feedback. So I may post some stuff on my eBay store. I may do some buy list stuff for some of the like less interesting or less desirable stuff. And if you guys want to reach out to me about stuff for sale, everything you see on the table here is going to be for sale. So there's I think you can actually see it on camera. Yeah. So a lot of these are surges. The unit is not a surge. This unit is not a surge. This unit is a surge. These are all foil, these Through the Ages cards, and Kefka is just a foil but not a Surge foil. So yeah, reach out to me at pizzapotamusmtg@gmail.com, and we can chat about prices and that kind of thing. I'm also down to trade too. Like I don't necessarily need cash for this. I am collecting slash hoarding Clouds and Sephiroths. So if you have Clouds and Sephiroths that you want to trade for some of this stuff to kind of complete your set, let me know. And otherwise, yeah, I'll probably kind of slow down on the Final Fantasy content, which means I'll probably slow down on getting subscribers and people interested in what I'm doing here. But I do, you know, I'm probably going to take a couple sets off. I'm not going to do Spider-Man. I did Edge of Eternities a little bit. I kind of got all the cards that I needed from Edge of Eternities, so I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of content there. So we'll see. I might pick this channel back up when the next Magic set that interests me comes out. I'll definitely be doing coverage of the holiday set for Final Fantasy whenever that comes out, and I may just kind of pivot this over to some other collectible stuff. So if you're interested in action figures, or you're interested in comic books or comic cards, I do want to show the other Marvel binders because I got pretty good reception from that. So yeah, and let me know in the comments if there's stuff that you're interested in seeing, or if people are, if you have other hobbies or other collectibles. Pretty much anything nerdy you can think of, including painting Warhammer minis, I'm into. So I'll be happy to do some content or show some of that stuff off as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I hope to hear from some of you for maybe some trades, or if you're interested in buying some of these cards. And we'll see you on the next one.